Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of Geek Authority. We're going to be reviewing Alien Covenant, and it's a special episode because we have a brand new co-host and a guest for this episode, Iman.
Hey guys.
She's going to be helping us review the movie, and you're going to be seeing a lot more of her throughout this summer, and hopefully later on. So we're going to get kicked off for reviewing Alien Covenant. It is the latest film in the Alien franchise. It is directed by Ridley Scott, and it is a direct sequel to 2012's Prometheus. We're going to talk about the movie, spoiler-free. We'll start with Iman. Iman, what did you think of Alien Covenant?
I liked it a lot, actually. I found it, I'm not usually into like horror thriller movies, but this one got me interested actually, and it was really fast-paced, so it was really cool. There wasn't a dull moment. It got the spirit of Prometheus and the spirit of Alien in like one movie, which kind of...
yeah, it is a nice mix of both.
Yeah.
Nabil, how about yourself?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I mean, you don't really come into these movies for the story as much as the xenomorphs more than anything. And there's plenty of xenomorphs in this movie, which I enjoyed. I really liked the gory scenes that they produced this time. Much more gory than Prometheus.
Yeah.
Prometheus was a bit slow. This movie had some slow moments. I'm not going to say it didn't. But when it picked up, it really picked up.
I really liked it too. I would say it's on par with Prometheus, and like Iman said, it's very much a mix of Prometheus with all the who created us and all those questions about those existential questions, and about the last third of the movie is more focused on the xenomorphs, and is more like the original Alien film where they're running away from the alien and they're trying to survive. But I would say if people didn't like, I liked Prometheus a lot. And if you look at the Rotten Tomatoes rating, it's at like a 72%, but when you talk to people, you get the sense that no one liked it, which is weird. I like it, I'll say it straight up, I really liked Prometheus, so if you liked Prometheus, I say you have every reason to enjoy Alien Covenant. If you hated Prometheus, I don't think this movie does enough to make you like it.
I think the thing about Prometheus was there was a lot of sci-fi elements more than the horror elements towards the like Alien and Aliens had. Yeah. It was more horror than Prometheus was.
This one is more horror, but I mean, Prometheus had its fair share of stuff, but I'd say I quite enjoyed it. Now, I'm going to talk about I'm going to point to my positives. Like Prometheus, I think this movie looked gorgeous. The visual effects looked great. Ridley Scott really knows how to craft a beautiful looking science fiction movie, and this is another one of those. I think it looked beautiful. I liked a lot of the cast members, particularly Michael Fassbender, as always,
James Franco
kills it. James Franco, which we'll leave it to you to decide whether you like this performance.
I think it was a standout performance from him.
Catherine Waterston was really good as Daniels, I think Captain Daniels. She was really cool. Danny McBride was really good. And Billy Crudup, who I'll always see as Dr. Manhattan, was kind of a standout for me as well. So I really liked the performances. The visual effects were great. The horror elements were great. It was very gory. It was very bloody. I had a date for the movie, and she walked out within like 20 minutes of the part where the dude,
chair on her way out.
Yeah, the dude was like, starts and the shit's coming out of his back. That was her cue. She just walked out.
It was the first gory scene. It wasn't like...
But it was the worst one. To be fair, she saw the most disgusting thing, and from then, there was nothing that gross. But those are my positives in a nutshell, and I like the fact that it was more like Alien, and yeah, I mean it was a good time at the movies. Nabil, what are your positives?
The gore was my favorite part of the movie. The standout from James Franco was amazing. I think he did a great job. But yeah, no, the cast was pretty good. I didn't like all the cast.
You didn't like Danny McBride?
I did. I liked Danny McBride. I thought he was really good. I had a friend sit next to me. He's like, I thought Danny McBride only did comedy.
I mean, he was very Danny McBride-ish. He was basically Danny McBride,
but more serious.
But thrown into like he was also doing the sugar tits and all that stuff. So I mean, I would say he was that serious.
Yeah, no, he was good.
More serious than normal.
I kind of like the whole like the prequel side of things, where they're telling you how the xenomorphs got created. I thought that was a nice touch.
I started watching Alien again this morning just to sort of remember and to see if watching these prequels is sort of ruining the mythology. I'm kind of split. I like what they're doing, and I like that they're explaining where the xenomorphs come from. Maybe I'm not 100% into the exact reason that this movie gives us how we got to the version that we got to. I'm not sure I'm in love with that, but I do like the added insight into it, and it does make sense because when you watch the original Alien again, it is pretty vague what they introduced with the space jockey and the engineer. They don't go into that much detail, so it is kind of left to interpretation, and it's cool that we're getting more of those movies and we're exploring it. But Iman, what stood out to you in the movie?
I love the themes developed because I love them in Prometheus, and like now they develop them even more. I think artificial intelligence, creation, creator, even like life and reproduction. No, it's very well written, and it's not as serious as Prometheus because like you get a couple of laughs. This one is like more like a bit upbeat, and I love the planet they're on. It's a better version of Prometheus for me, so I loved about that. You know, you don't expect to go into an alien movie and not see the gory stuff and the neomorphs and the xenomorphs, or like you have to expect those things to like the movie.
Negatives. Nabil, what did you not like?
Some of the story kind of dragged on a bit. It was a bit slow in the beginning to get to the point where you see the xenomorphs come out and stuff. Some of the cast wasn't great, personally. I don't know who, because I don't know the actors' names. The fact that they die off so relatively quickly, which is a good thing for me because they weren't doing a good job.
They're cannon fodder. They're just introduced to die, essentially.
Some of the plot elements weren't great, like exactly who created the xenomorphs. Thought that was a bit wonky, but other than that, I thought it was a pretty solid story.
Iman, how about yourself?
There were too many side stories. Like they want all of them to be couples and an all-inclusive couple.
Marriage.
Yeah.
But the couples are, I think the reason for that is because their mission is to colonize. So they
have to be there.
Their job is to have sex and make babies, essentially. So I think that's why they're mostly couples.
With the 2000 colonies on.
Everyone else does a good job.
Okay. I found that there were like too many side stories. There weren't enough like character development for them, so they would die, and I was like, okay, good. One less person.
They're not likable.
Yeah, except like maybe one or two. Michael Fassbender, like he owned the movie, which is good for me, like because I loved his scenes and I loved how he played it out.
He has like a dual role.
Yeah, but a lot of people got annoyed. Like, why does he get the spotlight?
Because he's Michael Fassbender.
He's great.
And why are they so? No, we focused a lot on Michael Fassbender and his character development and how he changed from Prometheus to Covenant. We don't really get to know the crew he's with. Or
I think that's because Michael Fassbender's role was so pivotal in both the movies.
So
his character is most of the plot itself.
Yeah, but like they give you little stuff like with Oram at the beginning and the religious thing, and then like they kill it off. Like no, you could develop like
the faith element.
A whole story, a whole plot line.
There's definitely a lot of characters. Now, my biggest negative: all these people are supposed to be scientists, and they're supposed to be very smart. So they land on this planet that they've never been on. They haven't really researched it because it was a detour. They were supposed to go to another planet, but then there was an issue while they're traveling, so they found this other planet. They're like, hey, why don't we go to this planet? They get on the planet, and they don't have any helmets on. They're like, oh, fuck it, it's breathable air. We don't need to put helmets on. So they deserve to die just for that because they're not protecting themselves from like pathogens that they can get from the air or anything. They're really stupid. And
they're risky.
If you thought the scientists, remember in Prometheus when the guy sees the worm coming out, he's like, hey buddy, how's it going, buddy? Tries to pet the alien. These guys are just as dumb. That kind of bothered me. I figured that there were so many complaints about the stupid ass scientists in Prometheus that maybe they try to make these guys a little smarter. These guys are really stupid. That kind of annoys me, and I get it. They're just introducing these characters so you can see them die in gruesome ways, and I get it, but it sort of takes you out of the experience a little bit because no one would do that. Other than that, there's some dialogue that's really cheesy or it sounds like a 10-year-old wrote it. Prometheus had the same issue with a couple of the lines. It's kind of a nitpick. I really enjoyed the movie. It's not the best movie I've ever seen. It's definitely not the best Alien movie. I still think the first one is by far the best and will always be the best. If you want a gory sci-fi movie with some cool effects, some crazy violent deaths, I think this is definitely an easy recommendation. If you liked Prometheus, you're definitely going to enjoy this, I think. Do you guys have any final thoughts? I would recommend it. If you like Prometheus, if you like the Alien movies,
if you're afraid of blood splatting like in people's mouths and stuff, don't watch this movie.
I got scared a couple of times and my friend was like,
No, my hand was in my mouth like this half the time. Like,
This is your position.
Damn.
But I feel like there should be one more movie and then that's it. They shouldn't drag it out as much.
Yeah, I think one more movie. Just give us all the answers that you brought up in Prometheus. Let's know what's up with the engineers and everything. We all recommend it, so if you guys are interested or if you're not, maybe check it out this weekend. It's definitely worth your money and worth your time, in our opinion. Iman, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We hope to see you soon. We're going to be reviewing a lot more movies with Iman, so
Gonna be here around all the time.
Yeah, we also hijacked the movie court set, so if this looks similar, because it is, all right?
It's the same set, just
we need space for a third person. We weren't going to do it there, so I don't want no comments about it. But anyways, make sure to follow and like Heyoka on Facebook, on Instagram. Leave comments if you liked this video. If you didn't like it, let Iman know how much you liked her in the comments. Please be nice. Other than that,
let me know how much you hate me.
And me too. I'm kind of a douche sometimes. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week. And this is the last time you guys will be seeing this little bastard on camera. He's leaving tonight. Today's Thursday. So say goodbye, Lipo. Say goodbye.